Yo, what's going on? It's the One More Thing Daily updates every single weekday about all of the cool stuff that we're putting out into the universe and all of the cool stuff which we love, and lots of other things as well going on around the scene. Done some pretty reactionary videos this week and not really stuck to any plan at all. One was obviously being incredibly passionate about the Stevie Hyper D documentary, like still buzzing over that now. Just an amazing piece of work, really. And then yesterday I reacted to a post by Waypoint, who's highlighting some of the real shitness in the scene at the moment. Today, though, is just all about pure vibes, pure positivity. I just want to give a bunch of Friday shout outs, really. First of all, keeping it in-house, I need to highlight a massive thing today. It's literally just dropped now on Spotify and stuff, and it'll be going live on here on YouTube at 7 o'clock this evening. And that is our next New Generation podcast. It's not hosted by me for a change. You don't have to put up with my wah voice. Instead, you get to hear Annalise asking ecstatic many questions and finding out about her musical journey. It's a really sick podcast. I'm so proud of Annalise. And I'm buzzing to support Ecstatic as well. She is a very busy, fizzy woman, and this is a little clip. It's just a little sound bite from the podcast, which you need to be checking.
So you're doing all of those different things. Do you also think that there's like different sides of your personality that come to life in some ways?
Yeah, for sure. I think, I don't know, I feel like with my podcast and stuff like that, people kind of see more of me, but DJing and singing, you're listening to how I'm feeling, my emotions and what I've been through and whatnot. But there's this persona on stage. I'm more confident and I'm like ecstatic. That's why I call myself ecstatic, because I've got so much energy.
Go on, props there. Huge props to Ecstatic, and massive shout to Annalise. That's her first podcast. That's her first public facing piece of content like that, which is absolutely amazing. She started off with the mentorship writing, and very soon in December we will be showing more filmed interviews as well that we did at Rampage. Yes, I've actually got a date for you for that, but I'm not going to reveal it quite yet. But before the end of the year, we will be showing all of our Rampage content, and I'm really excited about that. So yeah, that's Annalise's podcast. Other wicked new stuff as well. Another person that I'm mentoring who's part of the team, brand new addition to the team, that's Tom Cousin. He's put his first interview live as well, which is absolutely awesome. That's with APOM, which comes with a free download. So that's super cool. Here I am dropping the free download. It's called Gangster at Sun and Bass, which I got the week before at the demo drop, and he's actually in the crowd. It's his mates filming it. I love this. Wonky vibes. So that's the APOM free download and Tom's first ever written interview. So that's amazing. First ever interview straight up as well. So that's progress. And if you want more progress, then next week, Mark's first video interview will be going live as well. Yep, Chiz, a regular on these updates every single Monday with Chiz's Choices. He's done his first live video interview on Zoom with none other than Screamarts. I'm going to play you a tiny weeny little clip. It's really sick, and this is totally weird out of context.
Because I just totally forgot to pee or eat or do anything. And then I'll literally walk like all crooked like, because I couldn't hold it if it was a normal moment.
Okay, too much information. Loads more on that next week. Huge shouts to Mark. So that's really amazing. And we will also have our first article from Shanice very soon about an event which, if you are in London next Thursday, then you need to check out Rave for Roofs. Yes, it is a charity event which is helping to raise money for the homeless organisation Crisis. So we got information on that on the website, and I'll be highlighting more about that on Monday. But if you are in London, then next Thursday, November the 27th, let me just double check that I've got that right. No, correction. That's Thursday, the 28th of November. And it's in venue MOT in South London. And there's a wicked lineup there. We're going to have more information on the website, but here's the flyer right now. If you're planning next week, that's Thursday, the 28th of November. And that is going to be Shanice's first news article as well. Progress for the team. And there's loads and loads of other really cool stuff happening with One More Thing very, very soon. I've got a humongous interview coming up next week as well, which I'm really, really proud about. And in fact, if you're on Patreon, you will get to see that first on Sunday. I'm going to keep that completely under wraps until then. It's an incredible story, and it's an artist's first ever interview as well. There's nothing else quite like it. So I'm buzzing about that. Other things that I'm buzzing about, I want to share some love. I want to highlight some amazing music. If you've got time to listen to some music and you want to explore some new things this weekend, first of all, is Screamarts' album. Screamarts was going to be my artist of the week this week, but I did a reactionary video telling everybody to stop being dicks instead. Sorry, Screamarts. But obviously, as we just heard with his toilet issues, Screamarts is very much on One More Thing next week. His album's amazing. His album is absolutely fantastic. It's blown me away for a debut album, an artist album. It's multi-genre. It's full of emotion, full of drama, full of dynamics. It's really, really interesting. Got loads of really cool collaborations and stuff like that in it as well. Mark's found out loads about it for next week. But in the meantime, please do check that out. That's out now on Mousetrap as well. Got to shout out Dead Mouse. Very much doubt you'd ever watch one of these videos. You're way too busy being a dead mouse and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm super, super wary of all big mainstream EDM acts getting on the drum and bass buzz, but he has got stripes. He's got stripes going way back. Obviously released music by Feed Me equals Spore. Obviously released music by Feed Me, who's Spore. And he also, as well as Marv reminds us in the interview next week, he also released Split the Atom as well, Noise's debut album, in certain territories and certain versions of that as well. So yeah, Dead Mouse, Mousetrap, got long-standing drum and bass stripes. And of course, he released Swamp Thing by Trex as well, which is absolutely amazing, earlier on this year. In fact, here's a little clip of Trex telling us about it in my first ever live streamed interview on Twitch, which we also put on YouTube as well, which I did just days before Sun and Bass. Never done a live interview of that kind of nature before. Trex is the man. He's worked with Dead Mouse as well. That's how sick Dead Mouse is. This is Trex talking about how he connected with Dead Mouse.
Also, you're also sending beats to Dead Mouse as well now, like.
Yeah.
So
well, you haven't sent him anything for a while actually, but yeah. It's a weird link, but it's funny because I sent him a load of tunes and then he signed some and he's gone out, and then I thought he was like not watching anymore, do you know what I mean? And I posted a thing of my releases that are coming on Trust, and he was like, in my message going, send me this. I was like, oh. He's watching. He is watching. So I will, I'll get some more over to him soon.
That's really, really cool. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's pretty crazy.
How did all of that go, really? Like, you know, what the kind of feedback to the release? Because I think you said, like, when he posted about it, your followers went up by 1,000 or something.
Yeah, instantly. That was when, he just wrote a comment. All he did was write one comment on his post, because he was making a post about doing some drum and bass in his mad studio thing that he's got. And then I just commented with an emoji or something, and he replied saying, "Wicked, yeah, man, wicked." As soon as he did that reply, then on Instagram, it's just flying up. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What was it like then when the actual release came out and stuff? Because there was, because I was running an interview with you at the time, and we had a mix of yours. We had to pause it a bit, didn't we?
I mean, I think he's fairly detached from the label running day to day. I don't know, and this is what I gathered from it. And then he's got there's a big team of people that work on the label. So it was mainly I was communicating with them, and I did a mix for his radio show. So that's it. But yeah, I have I was like, because he played in London, I was like, I need to go meet him then, So I went down there, and I don't go out that much unless I'm playing really. And so it was like I booked it in to go down there, and I thought, I'll be on the guest list. It will be like I'll be able to go and say hello. And then I got in, and there was a room for the guest list, about 300 people in it. I was like, okay, I don't think I'm going to get to meet him. But I did actually get to meet him. I texted him after the show. I said, good set. And he's like, what, you're here? So I went round and had a beer with him, sat with him for half an hour, which is pretty surreal.
Oh, go on, sick. So you did actually get to meet him then?
I did, yeah. I sat with him, for like quite a while. Had a beer, we were chatting about synths, and he's really, he's a good guy. He's in it for the right reasons. He's obviously like very successful, but he's actually like he the craft of making tunes is what drives him, which is not every DJ can say that, really.
No.
Let's be honest.
There's more. If you're looking for newness, if you're suffering the overwhelming feel of like there's too much new music and you kind of need a little bit of guidance or a cool recommendation or two, then I've got a VA and I've got an artist album to suggest to you, which can soundtrack any type of weekend you have planned. First of all, the album Dr. Meaker, Distorted Sun. We've got an interview coming up with Dr. Meaker really, really soon next week. That's actually one of our releases. And we did have an interview a little while ago as well where he announced the album. Literally, I played it for the first time yesterday and the intro made me cry. Heavy stuff, really powerful, very soulful, beautiful, musical. Dr. Meaker albums, they don't come around very often. In fact, I think there's about 7 years in between each one, but they kill it album wise just like they kill it live. So huge shout to Clive and the crew there. That's my album recommendation. And I'd also like to recommend Frontiers Volume 2 if you're really after the new generation, and you should be. Obviously it highlighted the New Generation podcast that we've done with Ecstatic. The New Generation are very much out in force on this VA on Interstellar audio. Absolutely humongous, and it's just full of brand new names, loads of really good new names, which excited me. I think there's about 30 tracks on the album. I'm just gonna have a little check now just to make sure. There we go, 37 tracks. That's not the first time I was wrong with Interstellar as well. Yes, obviously, if you saw my Artist of the Week a little while ago, I shouted out Fryware, and I said he was on Yamatai. No. The track in question was actually on Interstellar as well. But yeah, I mean, this album, Frontiers Volume 2, Chiz has put quite a few of them in the playlist as well. Just so much good stuff. I think we played a couple of the tracks on Vision Radio. For me, my favourite track is definitely Audio Ills. Just a beautiful kind of perfect line between that kind of dirty soul and driving drum and bass, and the title of it as well. I just want to make sure that I get this right as well, because I'm making so many errors when I'm doing these live videos, and I'm not scripting them in any type of way. It was Audio Ills, and I believe it's Met Her in a Dream. I'm glad I checked. It's Met You in a Dream. In fact, I'm going to play you a little clip. Vibes, right? Absolute vibes. The whole album is absolutely stunning, and kind of, if it feels like it fits this time of year as well, a kind of crisp wintry vibes that we're feeling today. I hope it's nice and crisp by you and not raining or anything like that. So that's an absolutely stunning tune. It's Met You in a Dream, which is strange because I did meet my partner Liz in a dream as well, which is really odd. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about, my own private life. So we've bigged up Screamarts, we've bigged up Dr. Meaker's album and the Frontiers album. I just got a couple of other little messages as well. If you're able to, someone very, very close to us, who we've had headlining at one of our parties, Demon Rockers from the Ragga Twins, really needs your help. He's bedbound at the moment. There's been some complications with some spinal surgery, and there's a Just Giving campaign that's been launched this week. It's been beautiful to see. They've already at time of recording, they're just about touching the 5,000 target that they've set themselves, and now it's gone up to 10,000. This band needs your help. I can't express enough, and in fact it kind of relates to the Stevie Hyper D documentary in the way that we need to look after our own. We got people out there on the front line pushing this music, and they've been doing it for 30 years or longer, especially in the case of the Ragga Twins, definitely longer, pushing this music, pushing this culture. And this type of career don't come with a pension, doesn't come with any type of security. Artists are out there on the front line. This is a lifestyle. And for people who are out on the road, You know, it's even harder. Like, your diet is challenged all of the time, your sleep is challenged all of the time, and we need to look after our own. We need to look after these people who've been representing and pushing the scene and pushing the culture and pushing and helping develop and really amplifying the art for so long. So sending nothing but love and nothing but absolute love and strength to Demon Rockers. Obviously, we've contributed to the Just Giving. If you're able to, times are really, really hard. If you're able to, all of that money will help him cover all types of kind of costs which he's going to lose out on by not being on the road and stuff. You know, it's a much bigger issue which requires a much bigger discussion and a bigger article, but we've lost so many people, and a lot of that is down. We lose a lot of people far too young, and a lot of that is down to the stresses of being on the road in this type of lifestyle. So when people need help, we need to rally round and help. And sadly, that leads me to my final shout, which isn't a vibey one at all. I just want to send love out to Noxix family and friends as well, who a Manchester, very young Manchester artist who we lost this week as well. Really devastated to hear about that. Really, really, really saddening. So yeah, Lou Simpson, rest in peace, and huge love and respect to your family and friends as well. Devastating news. So anybody who's been affected by that, sending out nothing but love. Life is really short, life is really precious. Thank you very much for watching this and supporting One More Thing in any which way you do. Please check out some of those musical recommendations. Check out Annalise's podcast and the free download, APOM Gangsters, and everything else that we do. Yeah, take care, have a lovely weekend.